Today we're going to determine whether or not hair fibers are a suitable way to deal with hair loss. And for this, I've constructed a 5-part experiment including scratch and stroke test, sweat test, water test, wind test, and a cuddle test. I have to be honest with you. I'm going into this completely subjective to the fact that Toppiks or hair fibers are not a good solution to deal with hair loss, which is actually why I would never personally use them. But I'm not against the idea to change my mind, so let's check it out. But firstly, what are hair fibers? Toppik hair fibers are a cosmetic product designed to thicken and conceal thinning hair, very commonly used to fill in the crown or create a better hairline. You get the point, it's like makeup but for your hair. So what I did was I woke up as early as my girlfriend and went straight into the bathroom to apply my hair makeup next to her applying her makeup. Because I've been on Finasteride, minoxidil and derma rolling for the past 4 months, my hair has grown back quite a lot actually, but there are still some areas which could do with some improvement, which is why I'm going to apply some Toppiks on my hairline. Gross. Look at this. Hairline like this. Alright, so here we go. I've just applied the Toppiks hair fibers. I got the dark brown. And to be honest, this looks so freaking cool. I feel like DJ Khaled. Like, look at this. Imagine my hairline was like this at all times. But to be honest, as you saw when I applied it, it's quite difficult. I had to use Q-tips. But check that, like imagine I had those lines. But anyways, let's move on to the scratch/stroke test. Let's say you're on a date and you're about to pay for the bill. And your card gets declined. And you remember that you don't get paid for another 2 days, so basically you're f***ed. And what do we do when we're in a position of f***edness? Yeah, we scratch our heads, giving our brain a little tickle to come up with ideas that can save us from the situation. Let's do this. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna scratch. Alright, so that's not good. Do you see that? That was like from a little scratch. I don't know if you can see, but I got a lot of that on my fingers too. That is not good. So you can see my hairline is ruined, and that was just from a little scratch. I mean, I can do it on this side too. Just a little quick.
Help?
Moving on, let's conduct the sweat test. Super simple. We sweat daily. It's a part of being a human and it's something that we do throughout the day, whether it's cooking eggs or pooping. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna train upper body today. It's about a 1-hour workout. I'm going in and I'm just gonna try to sweat. That's the goal. I'm really gonna make an effort not to touch my hair. Alright, so I'll check back in an hour. Bye. Alright, so we're back from the gym and as you can see, it's still intact. I didn't do any cardio and I think if I did cardio I would have sweated a lot more. However, I did sweat quite a bit, so I'm still very satisfied that it didn't run down my entire face. I can see that it's smudged a little bit here, but apart from that I think we're good. But one thing I did notice was while I was sweating, it started to itch so much around here. So I think it's reacting with the hair fibers, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna go and have a shower, wash this all off, reapply it, and then we're moving on to the next experiment. The water test. Imagine it's summer and you're out with your friends. You start speaking to a group of hot girls and one of them asks if you want to go for a swim. But can you, since you got Toppik in your hair? Will I embarrass myself or not? I'm already regretting it. It's 2 degrees outside and I'm fucking freezing, you can tell. Ooh. Okay, don't judge my leopard speedos. How does it look? Did it stay? I don't know, I will have to reevaluate after. Okay, fuck. Oh, I really needed the views for this, so that's why we did this. Could have just been in my shower. Oh my god, I can't feel anything. Alright, so now we're dry, and as you can see, there's small bits left, but the majority of it is gone, which is bad. Or is it getting all over my face now? Looks fine. But the majority of it is gone, which is kind of a shame to be honest. I really do regret this. Alright, let's move on to the wind test. The worst case scenario would be for me to go out on an errand, going about my day, and suddenly notice that the hairline I left with isn't there anymore. And who's the culprit? Yes, the wind obviously. And because I don't want to go outside again, I'm getting the help from my girlfriend to use one of these. And this is a very possible scenario, so I think it's only fair that we include it into this experiment. Alright, so I've applied hair fibers onto my hairline, as you can see here. So yeah, let's check it out. Go for it. Is it gone?
A bit of it.
Okay, wait, let me check. Alright, so to be fair, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. There's still a lot of these ones left. However, I think it smudged a little bit over here. And it also got my actual hair to come up a little bit. So now you can see that the hairline is very different from what I made it out to be with the hair fibers. So I think it's quite obvious that you can see that the fake hairline goes here. However, I do think that they stayed better than what I thought they would. Not too bad, not too bad. And now moving on to the final part of the experiment, the cuddle test. Imagine you're cuddling with someone, you haven't told them about using Toppik, and suddenly all these dark brown tick-like dots appear all over her clothes and body. How do you explain that? Right, so I've just applied Toppik. Sorry, it's getting a little bit dark here, but hopefully you can see that the hairline is looking mighty fine again. And what I'm gonna do right now is that my girlfriend is wearing a white t-shirt and I'm going to cuddle her stomach. And we'll see whether or not the Toppik is going to rub off, but also if it's going to damage this very good looking hairline. Let's see. And a little bit of that. Alright, so it seems that a lot of it got around here. And if you see on my hairline, like the majority of the parts here, they're gone. But I still have that bit there, right? Yeah. Yeah, I still have that bit there. But I mean, that's not a good thing that it just disappears when you rub it. Alright, so that's our experiment done for Toppik. So what can I conclude from the experiment? Honestly, this experiment only strengthened my hypothesis that Toppik is not an ideal way to deal with hair loss. There are so many reasons, but I think to summarize it all, although it gives you an instant result, that you can just make a hairline or fill in your crown by not having to, go through medication for months, you just instantly add the illusion of having a hairline. It can be taken away from you at an instant. Which is what I don't like. Because when you deal with hair loss, you're stressed, you have anxiety, you're constantly worrying about your hair, but this will only add to that. Because you will have to go and check yourself in the mirror constantly to see if your hairline is the same as what it was 20 minutes ago. And there will be so many uncontrollable factors which can mess up your illusion of hair. Which to me limits us even more than doing nothing at all about your hair loss. Because it puts you in between fighting it or accepting hair loss, which are the only two options according to me that you can deal with hair loss. So staying in between there, you're kind of living in denial. You don't want to go all the way and shave it off, and you don't want to take action and deal with it medically. So what's gonna happen is your hair loss is still gonna progress. It's an unreliable way of dealing with hair loss, and it's not very comfortable. I mean, I got redness and an itchy scalp from using it. Although I understand as well that it's safer than taking medication, and it's maybe a more comfortable way than shaving it all off right now. So if you're in a transition period and you don't really know what to do, then I understand it, then that's fine. But just know that it doesn't solve anything and it just limits you further. That being said, I would never and have never until today use Toppik. I recommend you don't do so either. If you're interested in regrowing your hair, I'm personally on a journey, 4 months right now, using Finasteride, minoxidil and derma rolling to combat my hair loss for male pattern baldness. You can check out my videos for that, or if you want to shave it all off and accept your balding, I would recommend checking out Bald Cafe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you found it somewhat useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.